And then one more question. Should we buy into the stock split tomorrow?
I don't know about tomorrow
Okay.
because okay, so look at this. So let's look at it. Let's look at
Okay.
Nvidia, right? So we are looking at Nvidia. Let's go. That's a good question. I believe it's gonna go up. There's no question about that, right? But if you buy now, you are buying at a top, regardless of the stock split, right? Because them splitting the stock doesn't really change anything fundamentally. You still buying at the top, even though they making it 120. The 120 is still the high. Does that make sense? It's still
Yes.
it's equivalent to you buying it right here
At the
at
12. Okay.
yeah, at 1256. And at 1256, you wouldn't want to buy it. So why would you want to buy it at 125 or 126? It's literally the
I
same.
see what you're saying. Okay.
So
Okay.
you
So if
can
it was
wait.
splitting and it was going lower, then we should buy in.
Correct. So let's say if it
Got you.
splits, right? And it comes down to an equivalent of what 973 is,
Mm-hmm.
then it makes sense, right? That may be 97, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's say if it comes down to 97, or you can say if it comes down to $50, that would even be better. If Nvidia splits and it comes down here, that would be beautiful, right? Because that $50 will be almost equivalent to $500 if it was still trading at its regular price. And the reason why I'm choosing those levels are based on price action, right? Because last time it was at this level, there was a lot of consolidation, right? So even though they are stock splitting, the foundation is still the same. Nothing really changes. So or we can, I think I moved too fast, but it may be here. Okay. So maybe these are the levels 97, 75, 48. I don't think Nvidia would drop once they split. I don't think it's dropping to like $30, right? But the price is literally the same. You just divided it by 10. But the price action is the same. You're not getting it cheaper. It's just they making it more easy to market to newbies. Not
Okay.
not newbies, but new investors or newer investors. They trying to because when a stock is at $1,200, it kind of pushes out a lot of people who feel like, oh, but I only get one, right? I can only buy one share. What is one share gonna do for me? But if they feel like they get in 10 shares, it's more attractive, even though the market cap wise is the same. Nothing really changes. But what that lower share price can do is it can bring in more people who may FOMO into it, buy it. They've been on the fence. The only reason why they didn't buy it was because they felt it was too expensive. So now it's like, oh, Nvidia, okay, I can see myself buying 5 shares, 10 shares, but at 1,200, nobody is like, how many people are gonna take 10 grand and buy, 8 shares of Nvidia or 12 grand and buy 10 shares of Nvidia? A lot of people don't want to park that much money into one stock. But at 120 or at 85 or 75, it will be very attractive. And that can push the price up. I can see the price going back to like 500, but that will probably be in a few years, right? Is looking at the market cap. So Nvidia is basically at 3 trillion right now. If it doubles, if the stock price doubles to like 250, Nvidia is like a $6 trillion company, and it's very difficult to see that because Microsoft is a $3 trillion company. So what is Nvidia gonna do in the next year or two that is going to make them double their market cap when the biggest company in the world is at 3 trillion. So what are they going to do? You get what I'm saying? If you're just looking at it from a market cap perspective, it's very difficult for it to double its share price. So, but they have earnings again, I think somewhere in July. But before that, we need it to come down. So even if you want to play Nvidia earnings again, you can target, okay, if it comes down to $95, I'll buy some more. If it drops to $75, I'm gonna buy. If it makes its way down, the lower the better, right? Because we all know we in this AI craze and it's here to stay. It's part of us. And they supplying all the chips, so they the plug. But actually, TSM is the plug of the plug, but But yeah, if you get it at 65, 70, 80, anywhere below 100, I think is a good deal. It will sustain, I believe it will sustain it. We'll see how it goes.
Perfect. No, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was a good question.